Hello everyone, welcome to 3-to-a-Screen Plays Pathfinder campaign less than or equal to 2 episode 18. We're going to switch to our theme and then get started.
There is a manticore in this dungeon, and our company is falling to its claws. But if even one companion rolls a 20 with a broadsword, we will slay the beast with one stab through its jaws, and steal the treasure from its paws to thunderous applause.
Hello everyone! So, I'm making sure everything's working in here. There's a wild Nathan.
Yeah.
And then there's a Victoria who is, at this point, just a face because we took the laptop and this is our accommodation.
I'm a floating head.
You're a great floating head.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess I need to actually tell you guys what happened last time, unless you guys remember and want to give the...
There was this caravan of guards, and we made a move.
Oh yeah, we convinced an entire battalion to go away.
Yeah, and then we met Kosovo, who wasn't Kosovo. He's a liar and a cheat and a fraud, and we kind of knew that in the beginning, but
Yeah.
Untrustworthy.
Yeah.
So took his hat, gave the hat back.
I pulled up the synopsis if you want me to take over.
I don't think we
Yeah,
nailed it.
I think
Let's
that's
go.
probably best.
I think we did great.
Yeah, you did fantastic.
Yeah.
But for my sake, let me read the full notes.
I can't wait for you to repeat what I said word for word.
It's called One Castle Over.
Aww.
The party awoke and discussed the events of the previous day and revealed to the rest of the group that Molly had aligned themselves with Novulu, the god of torture, and is now their mythic champion. During the conversation, Molly became aware of a winding and twisting form in her wrist and forearm. Molly had Tectune take a look, and Tectune advised her to harness the profane energy of Novulu, and in doing so, Molly realized that the shifting form was a variety of torture implements she could summon at will. After branding the inside of her leather backpack and hearing pained mooing, she reabsorbed the branding iron and reevaluated her life choices. The party finally decided to learn the name of the goblin running the Overwatch Inn. It was Dean, which is 40 letters in the goblin language. The party gave him directions for how to handle anyone searching for them before heading for Sorn. The most vibrant mountain the party encountered so far, it was cultivated with low-light plants and various trees from across Veldath. The border walls of the mountains were living trees. This also appeared to be a major trade route. As the party drew closer to the capital, it became more apparent that this portion of Raven Rock was filled with uncommon and rare races afflicted with vampirism. This included a massive goblin topiary wearing a nemes of flowers, which is also... So a nemes is that pharaoh headpiece that isn't the crowns.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah.
it was a word you really wanted to use.
I wanted the true name.
Aw.
It's a fun word.
It
It's a
is.
super
I hope
fun
I
word.
pronounced it right. It's either Nemes, but I think it's Nemes.
I like them both.
The capital of the region was a treehouse built on a gargantuan ring of trees that ascended far into the canopy and culminated in a viewing dome. The party met with a catfolk guard, Paizo, and were announced upon their ascension of the ramp. Upon reaching the dome by elevator, the party encountered a golem sitting on a very large throne. They bequeathed gifts upon her, the petrified fairy, which she ate greedily, and a polished mithril dagger. The duo was welcomed into a plush conversation pit to continue their conversation, as a pit would be named. After some intimidation from Countess Kolot, the party gave more information and avoided persecution while also showing off Molly's new torture tools, which resulted in her branding a human slave. Kolot agreed to join the group with the understanding she would join the council. When asked if Felicity's cover Barbara was the same Barbara that was claiming to be a child of Isina, Felicity claimed she was not related. The party was informed that people in power were looking for this person and to keep their eyes open. After bidding the Countess goodbye, the duo left the treehouse, and Felicity avoided Paizo's advances. The party resolved to finish their tour of the mutinous kingdoms and then leave Raven Rock as quickly as possible. Upon reaching Pinnacle, the party found a half-elf walking. The party chose to give them a ride and gathered that the rule of Pinnacle ruler of Pinnacle, Duke Malayan Writ, was frequently under attempts of assassination and was currently at 417 failed attempts. The damaged buildings were kept in place to remind others of the failures to kill him off. When the party stated they are not interested in becoming vampire royalty, the half-elf Karsalut took them around pitfall traps. Karsalut advised the party that their pseudonyms were known throughout the kingdom. Felicity stated they went by their middle name, but may start going by their first name, which also happened to be Barbara. The party noticed this individual wearing a strange hat, plucked it off him, and found it to be Kosovo in disguise. They discussed the possibility of refusing the tour of Raven Rock Tower, and Kosovo advised not drawing attention and noted he was very impressed with their progress. The party advanced along the eerily dark path until reaching a series of siege engines and an army attacking a castle. Felicity stuck up on the commanders with their plans and gathered they were attempting to assassinate Duke Malayan Writ. The party politely asked that they break the siege to allow the party to pass and enter the castle, as well as watch their stuff while they did so. As a thank you, Molly advised that Felicity show the commander her map, which Felicity happily agreed to do. The party, through a miracle of suave words, convinced the commanders they needed to advance the undamaged part of the city and assault the castles there. While the army packed up, the duo looted the supply carts without getting caught, including a wand of greater false life. The party advanced along the bridge to the castle and found the path blocked by a boulder thrown by the catapult. The party was unable to maneuver around the boulder with the cart and decided to use a bomb combined with a bead of force and reduce the boulder to dust. The party turned around and saw a figure with large, outstretched wings asking, "What are you doing in my castle?" To which Felicity said, "Hi!" So, Felicity, you have said hi as this individual with very large, outstretched wings is behind you on one of the other boulders and appears to be balanced on one foot and is looking down at you. You see that they have very dark facial features with this backlight, but you can see their eyes are glinting in this space.
What was his title? Duke. Okay.
Do we know it's the Duke, or are we just assuming? You said my castle. Sorry, I'm being dumb.
We're gonna assume. I mean,
you technically are making an assumption, but it's probably a good assumption.
Yeah. Hello, your Dukeness, and I bow.
Oh, Molly's gonna follow suit. Yeah.
They look down at you. But they don't seem to respond, and you would assume an eyebrow is raised. I appreciate your formality, but you still haven't answered my question.
Oh, well, we're looking for you, actually. Not in a bad way. We're not here to
like a 418
attempt 400 and whatever. But
he chuckles.
Just to talk.
You have to understand that I have had a lot of individuals come to just talk that ended in their death.
Oh, well, we can do it here. You can stay up on your giant rock and we can hang out here. There's nobody else around, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think all those soldiers sort of went away.
Maybe I should clarify. I'm happy to have this conversation, but be aware if you're attempting to trick me, that I will have 2 more graves in the back of the castle.
All good.
That's a fun threat. I like it.
Please, it seems that you managed to clear the roadblocks. If you want to leave your cart, I will have one of the servants take it up for you.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
That is super thoughtful.
We had a heck of a time trying to get those other people to watch our stuff for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Other people?
The soldiers we sent on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you thwarted an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what was your tactic?
So you know how like mortals can be really stupid?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, just dig in.
Oh. Well, I guess using mortal proclivities certainly helps.
Yeah.
I will meet you at the castle, and they leap into the sky, spinning, and then the wings outstretch and they fly towards the castle.
show off.
Oh, and we gotta walk. We gotta walk.
As
We're
you
always walking.
Yeah.
as you walk, there are multiple boulders, giant ballista bolts, basically all kinds of weapons and siege and scorch marks. This castle is, you hesitate to call it intact, but it is definitely not falling apart. It has definitely been held together, but through what means you're not necessarily sure. The further up you go, you realize that any bodies that were left here were just left and moved over to the side of the path. There's a few that are actually stuck to the wall through a ballista bolt. And there's a couple that are crushed underneath rocks. It appears that they attempt this to be a demoralizing experience.
Okay. I'm gonna rummage through some pockets as we go, just
Yeah.
to see if I find anything. If not, I'll stop. But-
Yeah, you rummage through the pockets and you find that nothing has been looted.
Oh. Oh. Hey, Felicity.
Yeah.
This walk might take a little longer.
Can I join Molly in the looting process?
Yes, I didn't actually plan on you guys looting, but
Every copper counts, Colton.
okay.
Molly turns to Felicity, pulling a wand of miracles full charges out of the pocket of a nearby dead soldier.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Felicity draws a +5 Vorpal greatsword from the sheath.
Could you even wield a greatsword?
No, you could though.
You find 200 copper.
Okay.
I do or she does.
All of you. You can decide.
Okay, we'll just split it right in half if that's cool.
I can also just
909
write it.
silver.
909.
Yep. 96 gold. And 36 platinum.
Damn.
And this is
These dead
you're
people
taking
were
a
rich.
lot of time to search for these things.
He's a vampire. He doesn't care, right?
Yeah.
Time, what does time mean when you're ageless? Okay. And then I also need you to roll either of you can decide a percentile die.
Who would you like
Do you want to roll
roll?
one of each?
Sure. Do you want tens or littles? Bigs or littles?
I've got tens.
Okay, I'll do littles.
So I got a 90.
90. We got 100.
All right.
Hell yeah. I think that may be the first time that's ever happened to me.
Well,
Or we don't know if it's good or not.
That's true, yeah.
that is a great question. What did you guys get?
Felicity draws the +5 Vorpal greatsword from the hilt of
I don't want.
Is Vorpal a thing in Pathfinder?
Yes.
Dumb old D&D joke? Hell yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna give you guys something better than that.
Oh, sick.
I mean, how often do you guys roll that high?
Like once or twice a session.
Okay. Roll another percentile die.
Do you want to split it the same way?
Let's flip it backwards though. I'll do the tens.
Okay.
So I got a 40.
0. Is that a 10 or a
That's a 0.
0?
It's
Just a
only
0.
It's only a
Okay.
10 when we're at the peak or pinnacle.
All right. Jesus Christ. You guys are going to wreck things for me.
Oh no.
All right. Felicity, you find a pair of gauntlets, and they're mostly leather with fine steel plates, and they're very articulated. They almost look like scaled gloves for thieving.
Oh.
You notice that there are engraved images on these gauntlets of different weapons. One of them is a battle axe, another one is a spear, and they are glowing, the gauntlets,
Oh.
which is usually a sign of magic items that I neglect to actually do most of the time.
That's okay. What you doing, Demi?
But you see that they're glowing on this skeleton, which you do note that their skull appears to be exploded from the inside.
Ooh, fun. Juicy.
Ooh, Molly takes a good time just like processing, just observing.
Learning new torture tools.
Trying to get there.
Hopefully that exploding wasn't done by the gauntlets.
So you see these gauntlets on this person.
Yeah, fuck yeah, pick them up.
All right. You now have gauntlets. You could try and do a spellcraft check, either of you, to identify what these are.
I'm gonna hit it with it.
I have a -2 to that, so if you want to do that, I can try and assist. Right?
Yeah, if you want to.
What do I have to make for that? A 15?
You'd have to make a 10. I have to make a 15 because I took a flaw at the beginning of the campaign that is biting me in the ass every single session multiple times.
Oh no. Well, I do help. I got a 16.
Hell yeah. I roll a then 28.
Okay.
What's going on?
You find gauntlets of the weapon master.
Ooh.
Oh.
Molly puts them on. No.
Hey.
On command, the wearer of the gauntlets can store a single weapon they are holding in the gauntlets. When they do so, a graven image of the weapon appears on the gauntlet's plates. The wearer can store 10 weapons in the gauntlets in this manner. Retrieving a weapon requires the wearer to touch the image of the weapon they want. Doing so is a swift action. When a weapon is retrieved, it appears in the hands of the wearer, and any weapons the wearer had in his hands is stored in the gauntlets. If there is no room in the gauntlet for weapons the wearer is holding, these weapons are dropped. The gauntlets can only store weapons, other items cannot be placed. Furthermore, 3 times per day on command, the gloves can affect the wearer as the Greater Heroism spell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Greater heroism.
That's, yeah, I'm sorry for what we did to you.
You
3
know,
times per day?
say that again?
3 times per day?
Correct.
Damn.
Yeah, you.
I love magic items.
We've gotten a lot of them lately.
So do you want to know what Greater Heroism does?
I would love to know.
So, you gain a +4 morale bonus on attacks, rolls, saves, and skill checks, immunity to fear effects, and temporary hit points equal to your caster level, which for these would be 10.
Immunity to fear.
And 10
Plus-
temporary hit points.
Plus 10
Temporary.
hit points. And the morale bonus was to
Attacks, saves, and skill checks.
saves and skill checks. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Sweet. Well, thanks, Colton.
You guys rolled it. So you now identify that these are exceedingly powerful gauntlets. They're actually the most expensive gauntlets in existence.
How much are they worth? Do we know that?
If one of you wants to make a craft check, I can tell you.
I would love to.
This is the value, not the sell price.
Molly, would you please, or sorry, Felicity, I called you me. Would you please assist?
I did. Yes, I got an 18.
Okay, sweet. In that case, I got a 14. I rolled bad.
They are at least 90,000 gold.
Okay. That's a fleet of ships you're wearing.
It might turn into a fleet of ships one day.
Damn, son.
All right.
Yeah.
So you realize what you found.
Okay. I keep looting. No.
You find nothing. It's like
Yeah.
everything has suddenly disappeared.
It's like you found it all. No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
I'm just
Molly.
teasing. No, it's okay. I'm
You know
taking
what?
all
You
that
actually
money.
do find a string of semi-precious stones. All different.
Cheap necklace.
It's not cheap. It's I mean, it's cheap compared to the gauntlet, but in general, it's not cheap.
Is Ruth with us? We left her, right?
Yeah, you left Ruth to watch the Yeah, you have Tectune with you, I believe.
Yeah, I think we left Ruth and
Yeah, that's what I was remembering that as I
what's
said
his
that.
butt?
I was gonna give it to Ruth, but we'll give it to Ruth when we get back.
Yeah.
Nice little gift for memory of our travels. Oh my God, that dog sneezing.
All right, so Felicity, do you put on these expensive gauntlets?
Heck yeah.
All right, they actually blend in with your coat. They just look like black scaled gloves.
Okay.
And they're actually fingerless.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Because that makes sense for a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You better put all your swords and stuff in there.
And you are welcome to put the weapons in there. It does come with a great axe and a spear.
Okay. Comes with.
Yeah, you can store all your weapons in there if you want to.
Wait. Yeah, might as well, I guess.
All right. So as you take all of your various weapons and you will them into the gauntlet, you see different engraved images of them appear on the two gauntlets.
That's so sick.
Sweet.
I love Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
I am making them a set, one of each, but you can pull them into each hand.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Just for funsies.
Yes, for funsies.
All right. So you have spent probably 20 minutes looting, pulling gloves off of corpses.
Yeah. All right. Better not keep a vampire count Duke waiting.
Probably not.
Did Tectune find anything fun?
Tectune was more looking at the fact that someone's head exploded from the inside and took a drawing of it.
Nice. That's important.
It was a 19.
Oh my God, that's the best drawing in the book of that exploded head.
I guess, hang on, that would be 24.
Good.
Because I haven't leveled Tectune up.
Aw, that's okay. He hasn't done any work. I'm just teasing.
All right, so you guys continue on your way up there. You find that you have not seen a single guard on your way up here. You have not seen a single servant, a single guard, nothing. And you reach the gates of this castle. They are about 30 feet high.
Okay.
These wooden doors.
I'm gonna give it like a little like push or a pull just to see if I can get any movement.
It slides open easily, like the lightest effort, and it's perfectly balanced as it opens silently.
Molly turns to Molly. So Molly does have some experience with what she does in like the idea of engineering and like obviously is a craftswoman, and she's just like giddy. She's like, ooh, she's like very excited by this clearly well-made door,
which is also damaged.
Yeah.
Are those some good hinges, Molly?
If you knew a damn thing about hinges, Felicity.
Do you need a moment with the hinges?
I need you to show some respect for quality craftsmanship. All
I'm
right?
sorry.
It's okay.
sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We're not here to
I'm
fight.
trying to be a better friend.
You're a good friend, and you got
That's
cool
not
new
true.
gloves.
Tectoon is. Do you want a picture of the door?
Tectoon, I mean, look at it. It's not that pretty, but it's just, listen to this.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly, Tectoon. It's perfect. Do you know how hard it is to find good grease? It's insane.
So Molly goes on a little diatribe
Yeah.
about grease and
Yeah.
hinges.
The alchemy that went into oiling these hinges is 40 years beyond any magic you will ever do, Tectoon. Any magic I will ever do.
Tectoon just eyes glazes over in this conversation.
No, it goes on. It goes on so long. It goes on like so long.
So Felicity, I'm assuming, continues forward while Molly is having her moment.
She's gonna stop and
Can the
breathe at
name
some
of this episode be Molly's Hinge date?
That's quite possible.
I know that we don't all like the same things. I just really wish you would respect the things that I care about sometimes. That's all. That's all. You know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't need to do this. I had a lot of things moving in my head.
Did you say something? I'm yelling like over my shoulder as I'm ahead of you.
No, Felicity, no, I did not.
Felicity, as you continue to advance, you see this, I wouldn't call it a throne. It's more of a very large seat with a back, but it's very ornate. Think very like a Middle Eastern throne where you sit cross-legged.
Okay.
And you see the individual with the wings sitting there. The wings are resting on different pillows on either side of the throne.
Oh my goodness. See, this dude knows how to like be impressive. I'm like mentally taking notes.
They just are watching you. They haven't made any commentary. They listen to Molly talk about the hinges.
My hinges.
Can you remind me what type of vampire he is?
You don't. I don't think you know.
Oh, for some reason I thought.
You might have it. You know what? Just in case they're Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Okay. Thank you.
I think I did tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was unpopular because he's a Nosferatu. You know it.
Right.
You know it, you boy.
Wait. Is that him?
Is that him?
I thought we already did the Nosferatu.
There were multiple.
Yeah, we did a popular Nosferatu.
Okay.
This guy just is unpopular because he's a Nosferatu. The other dude was super cool, but like really poor.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy's got money. He's got a
It's
castle.
all coming back to me now.
This guy's got Hinge money.
Oh no, the other one I said was a Nosferatu, but they were Moroi. I screwed that one up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is the actual Nosferatu.
All right. Sweet. We're there. We're getting up on our vampires. Molly can absolutely tell the difference.
All right. So what you see, I need you guys to make a nature check to identify the race of this creature.
And there's no way this could be like a craft alchemy.
Nature.
Actually, yes. At disadvantage, though. It's a very specialized.
I'm rolling really well today. I got an unnatural 20, dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20 as well. We're on the same page.
You don't see this race very often. But as you look at this creature, you realize that this is a Gorin. These winged plants essentially have a seed in their body, and they can basically live perpetually. However, they don't reproduce. Once a Goran seed is destroyed, they permanently lose one of these creatures. They were built to be slaves at some point and
Oh.
escaped.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
cool.
it's a plant vampire. Plant
Mhm.
vampire.
Weird.
And
Yeah,
you see
I've
that they
got a
have kind
question
of
to
these
ask you
dark
in it.
tendrils moving out their body, and they kind of pulsate
Mm-hmm.
in their own unique way because vampires don't normally have a pulse.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Damn.
You do notice that the bark is very thick and flakes off at parts of this creature. And you also notice that there's this perpetual, almost sap-like tears that run down the side of his face. It's not like pouring,
Yeah.
but it's definitely like a thickened trail as it goes down. And as it goes further, it kind of breaks off like sap or amber would.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, this guy's cool.
He doesn't say anything as you still approach.
We're just gonna keep approaching silently. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I speak anything close to plant. Ooh, wait.
I mean, we were just talking to him.
I know, but like I like to start conversations in people's native language.
Oh, show off.
Sorry, Jasper. Gave your dog a panic attack knocking something over.
It takes very little for him to get a panic attack.
Oh, sweetheart.
Poor Jack.
I'm gonna attempt to speak to him in Sylvan.
Okay.
Hello, your dark and devious eminence.
Oh, look at you. Attempting to flatter me with your linguistic knowledge.
Not flattery, just make sure that only the right people are listening.
And who are the right people?
What are you saying?
The
What are you
three,
saying?
the three of us.
What's going on?
I'd say I say to him, I would say the four of us in this room, but neither of my compatriots can speak Sylvan. So I guess we can drop
talking.
It just sounds like leaves rustling.
Yeah,
Is
a
that
little
Sylvan?
bit. Or it's also, if you could make the glittering of sunlight a sound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's not like that. No, that's a babbling brook dying.
Yeah. That's a psychotic brook.
Okay, I'm gonna switch back into a language that we all
No.
speak.
You can keep going in Sylvan. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm done with the bit.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Yeah. No, but I will say that what I just said basically.
He nods. You must come seeking something, and it doesn't seem to be my death. Seem to be my death.
I mean, you seem perfectly capable of taking care of any problems in your kingdom, so I would hope you don't feel threatened by this visit.
Oh, I don't feel threatened ever.
So fucking cool. I turned to Felicity. This dude is so fucking cool.
What?
I said that in common.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
Well,
Is he? Does he seem? Have you done the spiel? Does he seem receptive?
I haven't gotten very far at all. He's just really cool, and I don't know how to have the conversation.
Oh.
Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna switch back into common, like for real. All right. Okay, I can't.
All right, you switched.
I don't want to go back and forth anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Going back and forth to my party.
it's all good.
We are not going to waste your time on this. A lot of the individuals we've spoken to throughout these kingdoms seem to enjoy a hefty amount of flattery, gifts, things like that. You don't seem like that type of leader.
What would give that away?
Well, the half-destroyed kingdom to start. All of the corpses we saw on the way up as second. You sneaking up on us and then just sort of flying away. There's a variety of factors at play here.
They shift, and you hear the feathers are the rustling of leaves
Mhm.
as they kind of settle back into their seat.
Yeah. We come to you with the very beginnings of a proposition. Know that any agreement to what we share now does not bind you in anything so much as a willingness to communicate and cooperate with a group of like-minded individuals. Um, we have been told you might not be so excited about your current status amongst the lords of other vampires here.
I am a duke, you realize. When you say status, be more direct.
Be more, so you know how like 418 people have tried to kill you?
Yes.
Yeah, people aren't doing that elsewhere.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, but they're not tallying. They don't have to tally. You have to tally as a sign of respect.
I tally as a sign of power.
Okay. Felicity, I think I'm fucking this up. Felicity, help. Felicity, I think I'm fucking this up.
So, do you like Maricena?
Do I like Maricena?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if she if
Yeah.
she handed you a piece of notebook paper in 3rd grade, would you check the box yes, no, or maybe?
I think my opinions of Maricena, we have an agreement that I didn't resist her. I keep my title, and I'm one of the few that continues to hold power after Maricena took hold.
And she just gets to keep sending assassins after you.
I don't know
That's
who's
the
sending
deal.
assassins. To be honest, it doesn't particularly bother me.
You're far too smart to not know who's sending these assassins, and we're well aware of that.
Maybe I appreciate the compliment, but let me clarify. Regardless of who's sending the assassins, the end result is the same.
Oh, so is this like your hobby? Is this fun for you?
Well, what else does one do when you live in a broken castle and you don't have anyone living in the castle with you?
You know, you could have people live here if there weren't constantly siege engines being sent by the woman you have a peace agreement with, destroying this place. I know that you probably like the aesthetic, but you could have people around and have it be safer for them.
So, you have it under good authority that Maricena is the one attempting my murder.
I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
good authority, I would say it is fairly absolutely obvious. And I know you're aware of that.
Are you sure it's Maricena and not, say, another of the court of nobles looking to gain more power?
If they're doing so, who would you accuse of doing this?
I think it would be foolish to speak over the other members of the council. My position is precarious. I am powerful,
Mhm.
but to lose my title would be a hit. I am one of the I am one of the 2 dukes that exist in this kingdom. Only 2 are superior to me, the Grand Duke and Maricena. I do not need to speak of my lessers. Now, I believe that you have interest in knowing who is attempting to gain power. And I can tell you that's everyone. That's kind of our shtick.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That has been our entire experience here. Um, Speaking with various vampire nobles, lessers than you, greaters than you, etc. Um, I'm gonna cut to the chase here because I don't think this is going in any direction. Um, you said your situation is precarious, and we come to you with an offer of stability.
Stability in times of the vampire.
Yes.
I have to say that's a unique offer, especially coming from a mortal.
I'm well aware of who I am. I'm well aware of those who I travel with, and
As are those in our country.
yeah. All right, why don't you tell me what you know, since you like to bring it up every time I talk. Go on, dude. Come on, talk to me. What do you know?
I know that you're attempting to gather individuals to overthrow Maracena.
Not at any point what anyone said or what anyone's done. We're starting a conversation.
Not with me, with others.
So you don't want to be a part of that conversation?
Rather, I don't think you realize the hornet's nest that you've been kicking.
Of course we don't. It is our job not to understand the hornet's nest that we've been kicking. It's our job. It is we are messengers.
It doesn't seem to bother you that you're making political enemies of powerful vampires?
We're getting paid.
Let me
Like-
make some. Yeah,
We're getting paid.
we have no allies here, and any enemies we have here are not enemies of us. They're the enemies of the people we've been speaking to.
And I
So,
think you might understand the excitement of it all. You know, you're bored, obviously.
Clearly, you like having enemies. Would you understand why we have enemies?
You've been doing the same thing for hundreds of years. You've been fielding the same assassination attempts 418 times.
From the same exact person who you won't verbally admit is doing it, but you and I both know very well who it is. I understand that that's the game. I get it. That's the game. That's the game that you're playing for hundreds of years, thousands of years, longer than I'll ever be alive, longer than my bones will exist before they rot beneath the soil. But you could flip that
I just
game
think
around.
maybe you should be inclined to shake things up a little bit.
to ease my boredom.
Yeah.
To,
Well, yeah.
to change the
All
rules of the
vampires
game.
seem to be inherently bored.
You want to know
You
what
guys
mortals
live
do?
for a really long time.
You do. You know what mortals do when we get bored?
We die.
It's something called a midlife crisis. Now, you'll never experience that because life, is eternal. Life only ends when you end it or when something else puts an end to it. But right around halfway, I would say, for mortals, something just clicks in the back of your brain. And you just do something so brash and stupid just to see what happens. You ever wanted to just see what happens?
I want you to roll an influence check.
Can I please have Felicity's help?
Can I assist?
Yeah.
Please?
And you can use any story points you like to.
I don't have
I
any
have-
that I know of.
I have 3 story points, hon, if you need it.
Okay, I don't know how
Do you
many
want
I
one
have.
now?
I'm gonna say that I have 0, because I don't know how many I have, and that way, if when I come back, I want to burn story points.
We're
I
gonna.
don't burn,
It's okay. We can say that you have 2.
Okay.
I think that's
I'll-
pretty reasonable.
I'll burn one for you so you can have that D6.
Sweet. Can I use it on my ability? Since it's a skill check.
Yeah, you can use it on.
Sweet. I'm gonna use it on my ability and roll with advantage.
Okay.
And let me know. So do you? I mean, you would have to crit fail to not assist, I guess, Victor.
Yeah, I assist.
Okay.
Also, just a note to everyone, we adjusted how the mythic tiers work, so there isn't auto stabilization because we wanted to have some risk still involved in the game. So some changes occurred, but it's roughly the same. But we use story points instead of the hero point system or the
Yeah.
mythic points.
So that is still somehow only a 21.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
The vampire sits for a very long time, pondering. We're talking tens of minutes, sitting there.
Molly breaks out a snack.
Do you-
Molly pulls
just
out
hear
the
the
brain wine.
wrapper
Yeah. It's like the Nutri-Grain, like the super hard, crunchy, thin, like 2 granola bars to a pack thing.
Yep, that just make a mess.
It's like,
That or it's
Yeah.
like that scene in Hercules with Pain and Panic
Oh
when
my
they're drinking from the sippy cup.
yeah, it's
And
all of that.
they sit. Felicity, what are you doing during this time? He doesn't seem to stop you from doing anything.
Yeah, I guess I just pop a squat and just wait.
You make a most excellent argument. Let's see what happens.
Can I just say, I love that for us. I think that we are all going to have a lot of fun, regardless of what happens. And, as you're well aware, the worst thing Marcena can do is just send more assassins at you, and that clearly hasn't been a problem. I mean, we outsmarted them.
Thank you for helping with that problem, but you did destroy the castles of some of the residents of Pinnacle.
Oh. My bad. So I don't actually do the finger guns. I don't do the finger guns. All I could think of was like a Jim Carrey apology. Okay.
Do you want help with that cleanup, or
I don't think you have the lifespan for the cleanup that will need to be done.
okay, fair.
We could clean up some of the lives on the way out of town.
Oh, you mean taking out the problem?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you could take out the army?
Not the entire army, but you know,
Oh, just
enough
to
of
see
it,
what happens?
just to see what happens. I don't think you know what I've done. What my work looks like. Destabilizing armies used to be my day job.
Color me intrigued.
Yeah.
I can watch from the tower. Go take out an
my
army.
God.
No. All right, you've called my bluff. You've called my bluff. I don't want to fight a vampire army.
We actually have an appointment that
Yeah.
we're late for. So
Yeah, I've got this like pain in like one of my back molars, and I've got a dentist I need to go see. I'm just due for a checkup and a cleaning too, probably. It's gonna take a little while. I don't wanna show up late because he's super nice and he will do it, but I know it's gonna put some of his other clients in a bit of a bad position, and he'll feel guilty, and then I'll feel guilty, and then I won't call him for too long again, and it'll just start over. I'm trying to break that cycle.
So just to clarify, this is a long-winded way of saying you don't want to see what happens.
I absolutely, positively do not want to die on a bluff. I did destabilize armies. I didn't destabilize armies from the front.
Well, I think you realize that to see what happens if this fails, your party will be on a hit list of sorts. Is that something you're okay with?
We're on
Yeah,
a
we
few. I
figured.
think this one's probably the more dangerous of the few, but yeah, I think that if there is a hit list, we're already on it. We might rock up a few notches, but I have a feeling we've dug our grave already. Seeing as you know who we are, and you don't seem to talk to like a lot of people.
You don't need to talk to see everything.
God, that is so cool and terrifying.
Do you feel like doing me a favor?
What you need?
Would you hold something for me? To never open, to never touch, but to hold for eternity?
We've done this before.
We have done this before. Molly, just make a spellcraft check now that this is the second time this is happening to figure out like what is going on with what is approaching. Like, is she being tagged? Is someone putting like one of like the Apple trackers on Molly? Is
'Cause
that all of
what's
these
the other one
vampires
that you're
doing
thinking
this?
of too?
Yeah.
No, what's
What's
the
the
other
other
Oh,
one?
I just meant like we've been handed various letters. We've been
Yeah.
handed. I didn't
Well,
mean
one,
like a
the
specific.
ring, and then there was, and then oh no, the last one was the jar for the curse,
Her pickle jar.
the pickle jar for the curse, right?
That's right. Which you turned to
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'm less concerned. But yeah, we're gonna see what the concern is here. So that's a 28 spellcraft check.
It
This
doesn't
rock
seem
is
that there's any sort of magical means to this. There's no spell being enacted. It seems like they are genuinely asking you
Huh.
to do them a favor.
Yeah, you got it. What you need. As long as it's not too heavy. I weigh 32 pounds. My carry weight is subpar.
Let's see. Well, they hand you a 10-pound, think like a crock,
Mm-hmm.
and they hand you the crock.
Wait. I'm looking up a crock.
Like a
Like a pickling crock.
like a ceramic, like stoneware
Yep.
Oh.
vessel.
I can't ever look inside this.
No,
Can I know what's inside of this?
it's something important to me.
Is it... It's ceramic. Is it fragile? Is it magically protected?
I think if you treat it with care, as you would any object, it will be fine.
Are there any special considerations I need to take for this object?
Keep it away from heat, significant cold. Basically,
So-
treat it as yourself.
Store in a cool, dark place. I can do that.
A little sun wouldn't hurt it.
Okay, but on the ceramic, don't open the lid.
Correct.
Molly writes all of this down. It's like some insane riddle. All right, we can absolutely do that.
They give you the crock. I trust you.
That is frankly a
This
little
is
mind-blowing.
weird.
That is frankly a little mind-blowing.
And you watch as they don't put any sort of seal or anything over the top of this. They aren't protecting it. They are just giving you a vessel with a lid.
Okay, Molly's,
That isn't even like twisted on. It's
okay.
gravity set.
Molly is going to take a like a sash or something that she has access to, something to just like tie it closed to make sure it doesn't accidentally open. This is just to make sure like it doesn't happen.
Sure. You
Without
tie
my
it with a
permission.
bow and it's
Yeah.
It's closed.
Perfect. It's really heavy for me. It's half my encumbrance. Half my light carry weight.
Now, is there anything else you need from me or that you would like from me?
No, just you agreeing to a talk.
I think you have more than a talk agreed to.
They are gonna love you.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, we will let you get back to your day, your cleanup. Our apologies for sending them to a castle down the way. We thought we were protecting you. Not that you
I
need it.
appreciate your thoughts.
Mhm.
One thing to keep in mind. Apologies for being cryptic. The person in charge is not who you think, and maybe not even someone you've met.
I'm actually
Ugh.
far more afraid if it is someone we've met. But
I think you have that the wrong way around.
okay. Okay.
You could find out, but whether or not you want to dedicate that time is truly up to you.
I am sweating and also Every minute I spend here feels like a minute closer to death.
Well, you are in the heart of death. Now, I believe you have an appointment that you need to make.
Yeah, my tooth.
Not that appointment. I'm
Oh,
not that foolish.
God. How does everyone here know everything about me and everything I'm doing? And like, how can I assume that that other person doesn't also know and isn't absolutely going to just cut off my arms and my legs and leave me in a pile somewhere?
Arm singular, Molly.
Arm.
You walked into our domain. If we didn't know more, then you'd think would it really be a good domain? And then you watch as they kind of wave and you see a crystal ball in their hand and they wave and it disappears.
Oh man, I just. Mmm. When everything's a trap, where do you step?
And
Felicity.
you wanted to be a vampire briefly.
Yeah, and I learned very quickly how big a mistake that would have been to have made that on a whim at that moment right there.
It would have been very interesting.
God, imagine just dooming yourself to this life. This. Just like political intrigue
All the time.
all the time. Oh no, Molly would have. Yeah,
Molly would have given up.
Molly would have done something very different.
Molly would have blown everyone up.
Molly would have acted quickly, rashly, and upsettingly.
The Duke stands up and kind of walks over to you, Felicity. And they actually have to stoop down a little bit to your level. But they aren't doing so in any sort of demeaning way.
Okay.
You have great will within you.
That's a little bit of an understatement, but I appreciate the comment.
Something that you may not be aware. You can will yourself to greatness. You don't need anything or anyone to do that for you. I think you believe you know that, but you haven't quite done it yet. Now, Captain Redclaw,
Hi.
you get that ship. For there is no greater than you.
Felicity just kind of like keeps eye contact with him, but doesn't say anything.
And I'm not sure if you know that Reynaldo is Captain Redclaw.
Molly just like
I
quiet,
will
like,
file that away. Thank you.
So, your first mate took over as Captain Redclaw, correct?
Right.
This is not your first mate. This was someone else on your crew that has appeared to take this position.
sneaky.
Okay. You know, why can't they just make it easy? Really? I mean, they had to know I'd be coming after them.
Sometimes you need to go with sheer destruction and sit in your enemy's demise to really make a point.
I like you.
He's so freaking cool. He's so cool.
And he goes to Tectoon and says, "You're cute," and then walks away.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right, so he's walking away from us.
Yep, and goes to sit on his throne.
All right. Well, I believe we have everything we came here for.
Your cart is at the front gate.
Thank you. And can I just say, the gates?
The hinges.
Oh, my lord. Oh. I'd ask you for the recipe for that grease, but I know you have to kill my whole family.
Oh, no. They hand you a...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I'm going to make a craft check on the value of the piece of paper I've just been handed.
The recipe or the paper?
The recipe.
Okay.
That's it. I'll turn this rock down if you want.
No, that's up to you.
It's a third 18 I've rolled today. It is a 20. No, because it's regular craft, so it's a 24.
It's about the equivalent of Roman concrete.
Nice.
Damn. Well,
It's good shit.
It's like a lost recipe.
recipe for perfect grease. I'm adding it to my inventory. Well, it will stay with me.
The one thing that you do note is
Uh-huh.
that it's written in a lot of languages. There's
Ooh.
different ingredients in different languages.
Okay. Good thing I know a lot of languages and may have to learn more just to know this recipe. Can I change my campaign goals? Can I add
Sure.
something? Learn this recipe?
Yeah. Learn the recipe for perfect grease.
Yeah. Okay, this right here, this is gonna change my life. Pocket that away. I'm gonna learn some things.
He just kind of sits and stares at the doors as they close behind you.
Oh.
And you have now exited the Duke's realm, his castle, and are walking down the pathway.
Felicity, I'm so upset.
What? Why? I thought that went well.
It went so well, and I'm so scared. Everything has gone so well, and now we're gonna go to the capital and take a tour. It's suicide.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna get kidnapped, but you know,
Should we skip it?
I don't think this is a skippable side quest.
So meta.
Tech tune?
Yes.
Can I ask you something honest?
I have been honest with you since you hired me.
I know, but I just need to express that I'm looking for honesty before I ask you this. What are the odds that we leave the Vampire Kingdom?
What gave you the impression I'm good at math?
He's an artist.
I'm so upset. Molly's so upset. She's just like flicking her torture tools like super fast, just like trying to like break some of the anxiety. Okay, so Felicity,
Yeah.
next stop.
Yeah, we go see the creepy man who's probably actually kind of in charge.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Do we want to go back and check on Ruth and them first? It hasn't been that long, right? Like a couple days.
I think it was like 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
But
They're not up yet then.
Raven Rock is directly south of you. You can see the tower.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably hit it on the way. I don't have my paper. Do you remember the name, Victoria, of that guy that we're looking for?
Oh,
Like, is it the Grand Duke?
it's
The Vizier.
The Vizier, yeah, sorry.
it is. Wait.
Draco Malfoy,
right? Oh my gosh. I wrote it down.
Was it Drago?
Drago.
Drago, yes.
Drago?
I knew it was somewhere between Harry Potter and Rocky. Drago.
Story point to you both.
No, I don't deserve one.
You were looking through notes, and
I
I
did
believe
write it
that
down
you
in
wrote it
notes.
down.
Sir
So-
Drago, Grand Vizier, Marasena.
Yep. And with
For the
that, we
nobles.
are going to take a brief break.
Heck yeah!
Hello, everyone. We're back.
They can't see me.
So you have left Pinnacle. On your way, you're headed to Raven Rock, you said?
I believe
Yes.
that's the plan. I
You-
think we're just gonna go get ourselves killed.
You end up passing several groups of individuals carrying weapons on your way over, whether or not they are the previous group or a new group. But also, when you were leaving there, you didn't see anyone who could have possibly moved your cart.
Oh, but the cart was there.
Mhm.
Okay.
So wait, so are we missing our cart?
Nope,
No,
your
it's
cart
here.
was outside, but you don't know who moved it. You didn't see anyone in the whole castle.
Did he?
Oh, okay.
Did he move it?
Maybe.
Man, that dude is strong. That dude is so cool. I didn't even get a chance to ask him whether he drinks plant blood or human blood.
With that
It'll just
lovely note,
remain a mystery.
Yeah.
you're approaching Raven Rock Tower,
Mm-hmm.
which is still extending through the clouds, no matter what position. And you end up finding this winding road that kind of goes and switchbacks up. And you see these large city walls, and inscribed on the walls is Valaka Tesh. And you can make a society, I think is language, check to see if you can translate it.
I'm gonna do that. What language is it? Can I know?
You'll find out.
Okay, so society is 18 modified. I also speak Common, Gnomish, Sylvan, Goblin, Undercommon, Catfolk, and Gripply.
Okay.
So is it in Gripply?
It's not.
What do you mean?
Are you gonna try and get it to Felicity?
My society is a -2, and I only speak 2 languages. I'm not gonna, unless you want me to try and assist, Nathan.
That's up to you. I'm not gonna make you do anything.
You do.
I'll roll it just for shit.
Yeah.
No, I do not assist.
Okay.
I got a 5.
I just like I turned to Felicity. Hey, do you know that guy? He's like, no.
Nope.
that's our failed society help.
It's almost an amalgam of languages, but once you translate it, it's the city of the dead.
Okay.
Cheerful?
Yeah. You know, I met plenty of dead people out there too, so it could just be like advertising. Could just be like a fun slogan. Like how Los Angeles, the city of angels.
Oh, I'm sorry.
like-
The city of twisted souls, not the city of the dead.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
like that.
Yeah, these people seem hardcore. That's very different.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go meet some twisted souls.
I think we already have.
You enter into this place, and you thought you saw grand in some of these places, but everyone is wearing the most ridiculously opulent clothes, inconvenient, people carrying trains or people with collars so high that you think Megamind.
Ooh.
All of the houses are ornate, everything. People are carrying or have individuals carrying vats of blood. People are chained up, but the chains are etched with gold.
Mhm.
It's like everything about this, even the most mundane object, the stones in the walkway have mithril in them. And it's etched and carved.
Molly briefly does some calculations on how long it would take to chip up mithril from a block of sidewalk, like a city block, and then abandons the idea fairly quickly.
You don't see any part of this city that isn't decorated. You imagine that if you found garbage in this city, it would have gold leaf.
Felicity,
Kind of love that.
Felicity, we need to check the trash cans.
What? Oh, do we
There's
really
gold
have time?
in the trash.
I mean, I really like gold, but also like maybe now is not the time.
I'm gonna die here. Okay.
And you entering, the moment that your cart enters through these walls,
Mhm.
people look at you like you're garbage. The fact that you are in average clothes is disdainful.
I pop my collar.
I'm not average. I'm wearing a big fancy hat. I got
Yeah.
a fancy coat.
Yeah, she looks like incredible.
She
I
does.
look like garbage.
She does look incredible. But they still look down at you.
Bitches be wildin'. Oh God.
Yeah.
Everyone appears to avoid you. Actually have a berth around you.
I try to greet everyone I see. Hi, how's it going? Hi, how are you? Hi, we're new to the area. Do you need good coffee shops? Hi.
People turn around. There's only a few that interact. One is a younger looking woman, and she
Yeah.
walks up and just like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make friends. Hi, my name is Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, I think you need to be careful.
I think you're right. I'm terrified.
You should be
I am
terrified.
terrified.
Because sometimes when you walk in here, you don't walk out.
You know what's crazy? I've heard that a few times
And you've managed to walk
in the
out.
past few weeks. And yeah, man, I've walked out every time, so we'll see.
She kind of nods and just says, keep your head down.
Honestly, thank you so much.
And she sees everyone looking at her and kind of puts her cape over her head and walks out of the way.
She walks away. He's like, "How dare you talk like that to me? How dare you treat me like that? Like garbage."
Are you saying that to her? Or
Yeah, she walks away just to like try to protect her.
she spins around and backhands you.
Wow.
I give her a wink.
And then she spins around again with the other's hand and then walks away.
It was a stealth wink.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll a stealth check on that wink, by the way. Ooh, that's a 25.
You did
Goodness.
stealthily wink, but she did spin twice, and you catch as she turns a slight wink. Just the lightest flicker as she walks away.
All right.
Your cheeks are very, very red. She hits harder than most people.
Do I take any like physical damage?
It's non-lethal.
Okay.
You take 12 points of non-lethal damage.
Damn, she hits harder than most normal people. Okay. All right. I might just get on the cart.
Are you like actually wounded?
No, not really. I'm like, I lost like a quarter of my hit points non-lethal, but like,
Oh, okay.
still,
Just-
yeah.
It's you, Felicity. You can feel the heat radiating off of Molly's cheeks.
Yeah, really got you there, didn't she?
Ooh, yeah, I probably deserve that.
Did you get her number though, or what?
No, I don't think we're gonna text.
You. Sorry, I need a minute. That was good. Story point to both of you.
Oh yeah. Giving them to Victoria when I earn them. I'm just kidding.
You continue on your way to the tower, and it gets nicer and nicer the further up you move. The stone turns from mithril to adamantine.
Ooh.
And you realize every block that makes up these buildings has been imported. How and through what channels, you don't know.
Man. Supply chain out here is wild.
And you have made it to the castle, where you see guards in the most beautiful armor. It's very bright for being vampiric.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, I am going to give my deepest bow, like forehead to the floor bow.
Why don't you make a reflex to balance, or you can do acrobatics.
Which is worse?
I'm sorry, acrobatics.
So you need a skill check, not a reflex save.
Either one, you get to choose.
Thank you. The shoe is not dropping.
Okay.
At some point, I'm going to roll a 2. It's going to happen, but I swear that is a 24.
All right, you managed to stay balanced somehow. You stick your hands further up behind you to balance, but you do a very deep bow. Can we help you? The poorhouse is that way.
Oh, we've been, thank you. This may be very difficult to believe, but we are here at the request of the Grand Vizier Drago.
They look shocked. You?
We are scholars from the mortal
I don't care.
kingdoms.
Yeah.
Why are you so surprised? Do you not see my hat?
Do you not see her hat? No.
They look at your hat. Kitschy.
Oh shit. So
Oh,
I think
no.
I take actually have like the go on. I'm gonna have to remember to take like
Just be deeply insulted.
yeah.
I think I have had a costume like that as a child.
Stop talking to me.
Well, I'm sorry.
I understand that.
I can't.
Just basically fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pissed.
Molly, like behind her, I'm hoping that Felicity can see. She's got 4 fingers up. She just drops one.
One of them goes and kind of speaks to a hole in the wall. It's very ornate, so it's not just like someone
Yeah.
drilled a hole. It's
One of those like speaking trumpets.
yeah, just start speaking into it, and they come back and they whisper to the other one, and the other one's like, "Oh, really? He's meeting with them. Have you seen them?"
Yeah, Kitsch is in, by the way. The fuck is that?
What are you pointing at? Just their whole outfit?
Just like I do like the finger like foot to head kind of like.
Who are you to speak of me, mere mortal?
I'm sorry, we're waiting for Grand Duke Vizier.
They are very perturbed and just trying to straighten out their vest and their armor.
You missed a spot.
They just silently seethe, and they're looking at Felicity's outfit. You can make a sense motive on it.
I think Felicity should make a sense motive. I'm gonna get like a -2.
Okay.
Oh no, I get a 0. I'll try anyway, but I won't.
And
6.
I think let's see.
I got a 6.
They're looking at it.
They're looking.
This
sorry,
isn't
trying to go back to
contested
that.
or anything, so you don't take any disadvantage or anything to it.
Well, because they like
Slighted you.
dissed me, I have a -2 on sense motive.
Oh.
So that's what is that under?
The sense. Oh, it would be
Like perception or
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I rolled a 4, -2, so I'm only adding 7.
They're looking at you.
I like I do one of those like fake outs. Like I kind of just lurch towards him.
They actually step back a little bit.
Okay. I lean into Felicity and like, this is really fun, but I think we might be pushing it.
What? What do you mean?
It.
Just leave me alone.
Like
I
this
give
is
you
your
like
fault.
a tiny squeeze on the back of the arm. It's like, I love you. I love you. We're going to kill them.
I'm gonna kill that man.
You see the door open, and Drago, the halfling, strolls up with his tucks and tails.
My bow gets even deeper.
Your nose touches the ground.
Yeah. This time it is a modified 20 on the reflex
You
save.
manage to
Yeah.
just barely make it. You feel the strain in your whole body as you have to rise from your waist. Felicity, Molly.
Hello.
I need to make a quick intelligence check to remember the names that we gave Drago.
Sure.
That's a 14.
Do you not remember?
I don't have my notes with me.
I
I feel like we gave him real names. Did we not?
You didn't. You gave,
Oh.
but just, come on in. I hear that someone here was quite rude to you.
Yes, you know,
Shall I stake him for you?
I would really enjoy that.
I turn to him and I just smile and say, I would leave that to Felicity.
Felicity, you said it would please you.
Maybe.
You almost just see a blur, and you see as a stake has hit them, and they start to collapse and burn away.
Shit.
Oh my god. I clap.
And then you watch as he walks over, and you see his heel, he kind of clicks it together, and a blade pops out the bottom, and he decapitates the body.
Jesus.
And then pulls out the stake. And just...
I promise you this is not flattery. That is the single most impressive thing I will ever see in my entire life.
Wait till you eat Marcena.
Ooh,
Molly,
yay.
big, deep breath. Well, we are very excited. Very first, my apologies for bringing our cart on your streets. It felt a little disrespectful, frankly, but we had no other way of getting here.
I fail to see what the problem is. You came at my behest, and you came at the method available to you. If other people are giving you problems, I have no reason not to take care of that, as they are being exceedingly inhospitable.
You are
No.
you are a wonderful. Let me rephrase that. You are a deeply troubling, terrifying individual, and I have the utmost respect for you.
I'm doing my job quite well, then. I've made an impression.
Several.
Yikes.
Yeah. All right. Well.
At this point, you have been welcomed into the tower, which is, again, just another level up and above. Even hard to describe. You're almost in awe at everything. As you get near the wall, you see that everything's carved. Almost like scrimshaw. The closer and closer you look, the more and more details there are.
As we're walking, I just want to ask Drago. I know there is no chance in our doing justice, but would you be permitted? Would you permit our scribe to take notes and perhaps some drawings?
You are recording Vampire Society for the outside world. You may record and write anything you wish. Of course, we reserve the right to review it before it's published. But
absolutely
please, take everything you like.
Okay.
Would you like a sample?
Of the architecture?
Oh, yes. I have Give me a moment. And,
Okay.
he kind of walks away in his hopping manner.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back with just a tile. This was a millennia ago. Marcena had commissioned these here.
I take the tile. Is it the most beautiful thing I've ever touched?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so my most recent adds to my inventory are the recipe for perfect grease and perfect tile.
So, at this point, there's this woman in this huge dress that comes over, and you smell this overpowering scent of roses and melons. She's covered in diamonds. She goes, "Oh, this must be the scribes."
Okay. Does my queen instinct kick in?
You are welcome to
Queen
look.
Does my queen instincts tingle? Okay, I'm gonna make a perception check. How does a 12 sound?
They're a very ostentatious woman.
I'm just gonna bow instinctively.
Oh, well, I like the way you're taking it, but I am Lady Tamara. You may call me Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
I'm Maricena's best friend.
Well, she is quite lucky to have a friend such as you.
Oh, if only everyone else could hear you say that. Make sure you put that in the notes, please.
Oh, it's in the notes. And can I just say, I would be terrified to have you as a friend. I would, because having a friend so beautiful always makes me look so
Oh,
light.
I get that from everyone. It's hard to be so stunning, but, it's just one of those pressures that we of high society must learn to live with.
I only wish I could understand.
Oh, you're such a doll. Your
Yeah.
cheeks are so red. How do you get that warmth to them?
I pinch them.
Really?
Shamedly, yes. Very popular, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Nowadays, there are all sorts of blushes and powders, but the honest, touchable warmth comes from a little grandma's love, they call it.
She has white gloves. May I?
Absolutely.
She takes them on your cheek. I'm impressed.
Huh?
Either that or you're a fantastic liar. And she strolls over to
Yeah.
Felicity. My, I have never seen someone in such a beautiful outfit. Everyone must see you around and call you Captain.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. If only the guards were so, observant.
well, they're all damned anyway, so what does it matter?
Oh, she's so fun.
So true.
Oh, and you have a Gripply. Oh, he's the cutest. I'm so sorry. I know that could come across as demeaning, but I find you absolutely adorable.
No, he hates the F word. Gripply's fine.
Oh, the F word. My, I would never utter such a 4-letter word. And she kind of strolls about, and you smell the smell everywhere she walks. And everywhere she's moving, it's almost like a dance.
Damn.
Oh, I just had to admire everything about you.
Oh, Tectoon? Or us?
All of you.
Us? Well, thank you. We have much to admire here as well.
Please, give us a twirl.
Molly does a little spin, tries not to show like the 12 bombs just like hidden under her robe. Don't mind the explosives. They're not for you.
Oh, it wouldn't matter if they were. I'm sure they're quite gorgeous.
Oh no.
I
I'm
would-
getting really bad feels, Molly.
Oh no.
Ah, Felicity, may I see the lining of your coat? It is just exquisite.
Very uncomfortably kind of flash the lining, but her hackles are up. She is not excited to be here.
And she kind of touches each of your cheeks as she passes by.
Mhm.
It's lovely to meet you. Remember, best friend of Queen Maricena. And she kind of
Yeah.
strolls away.
I make a big note of like writing it with Tectoon in the book.
And then as she leaves, Drago's like, Tammy.
Emotional vampire?
No, just a pain in the ass.
She seems like a lot of fun in the right setting.
No.
She's
not.
horrifying.
Okay. I was trying to give
I was
No,
trying to give
don't.
a backhanded compliment. Okay. Well, will she be part of the book review?
I certainly hope not.
I think we're going to leave her in just in case, but do what you have to do when publishing.
She can
times
review it
comes.
before Maricena views it.
Okay.
Final identification.
Obviously, yeah.
and all
I'm
that.
just saying I'm going to leave it in just in case.
Would you like to meet the Queen? The Empress? The ruler of our society?
If we could be so honored.
Oh, she would love to meet you.
Mhm.
Please, come with me.
Molly is wiping away visible beads of sweat this whole time.
Even though it's quite cold in here.
It's so cold, and she's just like her bangs are like sticking to her forehead, wet. I don't know if Molly has bangs, but if she does, they're there.
Felicity, are you doing anything, or are you just being your confident self?
No, Felicity is like just on guard. She is not comfortable in any of this.
You enter into this grand rotunda, and you see this throne of massive proportions, The seat itself was not, but there's this huge backing. And what you see is it's a history of vampiric society before and during Marisena's rule, showing her overtaking and destroying the previous monarchy that existed here, her dramatic overthrow, and then on the other side is her current ruling. And then you see that there's part that's unfinished, which appears to be the reign of her 1,000-year rule, which is coming up and is not yet passed.
God, I love that kind of preparation.
And you see this this elven woman, beautiful dark skin, gold on her cheeks and kind of around her eyes, and she has this red gemstone and this metal casing that is almost within her chest. And she stands up and she strolls over to you in the most almost sultry way. Just, welcome to my kingdom. I am Queen Marisena Sarangena of Raven Rock.
My queen, would you permit me to bow?
I would expect nothing less.
All right, drop flat to the floor, somehow even deeper, like nose pushed in, basically lying flat on my stomach, but like with like toes holding up, like just like the weirdest looking plank, the deepest bow a gnome could ever perform.
Sure.
25.
I will bow but remain upright.
Tectune kind of does the same thing. And she kind of puts her hand on her hip and she walks up. You wanted to meet with me. You had questions about the way that I run my kingdom? Please, take a seat. And she does this very long, dramatic, slow movement, and you see that there are 2 chairs and 1 larger chair.
Thank you.
And she sticks out her hand and someone puts a glass of blood into her hand and she takes a sip as she continues to walk over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did have questions. Drago was most illuminatory, and truly the hospitality we've experienced here is unlike anywhere the mortal realms have to offer.
He is a dear, isn't he?
He is, and I do not say this lightly, he is the most terrifying man I have ever met.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I will be the most terrifying woman you have ever met.
You already are.
You haven't the slightest idea. Please, drink.
Okay.
And she brings, you both have glasses. And that's not a suggestion. And she takes a seat at her seat.
Okay.
Please have a seat.
Okay, have a seat, and I have a drink. I think Molly is like too scared to not do what she's being asked right now. I think she's just doing it. There's no this isn't like oh she's playing along. This is like she is so terrified that she's just doing what she's told.
You've been touring my kingdom, but it seems that you've been very selective in which portions you're visiting. Would you enlighten me as to the specific reasons behind that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we've been specific in where we've been traveling. We've just made a little loop, naturally come around here. We're still planning on reaching the western side of the kingdoms. We just started in the east. At the time, we weren't very aware of the relationship between some of the more disreputable western kingdoms, as opposed to the more is loyal the right word? Western kingdoms? Drago enlightened us as to some of the conflicts. Although, to be fair, the conflicts, I think, are part of what makes this, and part of what makes our interest so deep, is your ability to rule for, coming on 1,000 years.
Oh, you noticed that?
I love the forethought. I think anyone would be shocked at the level of planning that goes into something like this. But the idea that you can have kingdoms and have these disagreements with rulers, but still demand such ironclad respect and control, and mortal kingdoms, kings come, kings go, dynasties die out faster than you brush your teeth. So it's just fascinating to see.
You see glistening fangs as
Yeah,
she smiles at that statement.
brush your terrifying teeth.
Now, if you had to venture a guess, who would you think is attempting to overthrow me?
If
uh,
if I had to guess,
excuse me?
It's no surprise that vampire society is the way it is. I'm sure
Mhm.
there's someone attempting to overthrow me, and you being outsiders must have some unique insight that you could provide to me. I certainly would find it valuable, you know.
Well,
Quite.
surely, Your Eminence, you would be the utmost authority on your own kingdom. I can't imagine that we could enlighten anything for you.
Everyone before me is terrified. It's nice to see what the opinion of those who see those I've terrified actually are. Doesn't it seem that I would have a very biased view of my society? They all cower before me. They all know of my power. I've wiped out how many generations of vampires to claw my way here? I would expect that you wouldn't expect me to know everything about my kingdom, although I assure you I am quite well informed as to the happenings.
Right.
I am going to speak to you honestly and plainly out of respect. I apologize if the lack of courtliness is unbefitting of our current situation. But know that we are unfamiliar. We're strangers in a strange land. Um, even stranger by the wealth and prosperity you experience that we are wholly unfamiliar with. But in my experience and in historical experience, the folks you have to be most afraid of are those who are closest to you.
And who do you believe that to be?
What
She leans forward as she takes a deep sip of her glass and sets it on the table. Her hands on her knee as she leans in.
I don't know yet, but what I will say is in our experience traveling through the more needy and impoverished vampire kingdoms, I don't know if anyone has the resources to truly plot against you in any meaningful way. In numbers, maybe, but any one of these individuals is not a threat to you.
Maybe I should clarify my question. Resources are not of my concern. I'm asking intent.
Intent?
All I need is a single name. Just one.
Intent.
I'm afraid we just don't have that for you.
You're saying in your grand tour of the most mutinous parts of my kingdom, not a single one struck you as a potential threat? Or with the intent?
Well, I'm just gonna go through kind of like name by name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or because I don't really remember their names.
Yeah, do
But
you want me to list the names for
yeah,
you? Or do you want
if
Felicity
you
to?
can, but like I'll
There's a
start with
list.
like the most recent guy that we just saw.
Yes.
He is so self-centered and so obsessed with the idea of himself as a villain. I can't see him putting himself in the role of a leader. The goblin was charming, fascinating, but
Unhinged.
but absolutely unhinged and completely self-centered. Um, Going back like the guy, the dude that was secret, stuck in his
Mhm.
paintings, very hard to get a read on, but seemed more interested in the spectacle of violence than ruling, frankly. As his kingdom put out. Um, was there there was the very first vampire that we saw just
Mhm.
wallowed. that was our entire experience with him, was just wallowing and focusing on the past. I don't think that there's any vision for the future there. And isn't there one more that we saw?
There was Lady Inoxie, the first one who hired you.
Lady Inoxie? Oh, what was she like?
In control. She is arguably the scariest one.
Yeah.
She's the one who has your ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you need to come up with a good lie about Lady Inoxie then. Everyone else is like obviously not trying to do it. She's the only one who could be like manipulated into it.
You can also throw any other name of the lords and ladies that you didn't meet.
Yeah. Who didn't we meet? What's like the second wealthiest kingdom, would you say?
Well, let's see. The wealthiest would be the Grand Duke and Duchess, which manage Raven Rock. Probably the next wealthiest would be one of her allies, Etna Zing.
Can I make a society check to know anything about them that I might have picked up on the road?
Yeah, you were in their kingdom.
Oh yeah, tell me about Etna Zing. That is a 25.
She was a vicereine, assisted Marasena in her coup, was outspoken, unerring loyalty to Marasena, very active in the court of nobles. Do you remember that bar where they had people with blood spigots and the barman dungeon ring?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that same location.
That's her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to throw her under the bus?
Yeah, I guess if I'm being honest, of all the places we went, the only ruler that we shared any meaningful contact with or were in their kingdom who seemed remotely capable is her.
Etna Zing, really?
If you'll take the word of 3 traveling historians, scholars, and mortals, she seemed like the only one capable of it, frankly. That's not to say that I think she's trying. That's to say I think she's the only one who could.
And Lady Inoxie?
Lady Inoxie seemed incredibly self-centered.
And not a threat at all.
I would plaster her as cold and indifferent.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if she's not a threat, but she's certainly not the threat.
But Etna Zing is interesting. Callum Moore. I suppose I should do some investigating on that. And, if I were to offer you, say, a room in the tower, access to our library for a few days, and, say, future conversations with me as I get to the root of this matter, you wouldn't turn me down, would you?
We couldn't. I will let you know that we have friends who are waiting for us. We found some stragglers in need of some help. They are currently being tended to by another friend of ours. So at some point in the next 3 or 4 days, we do need to be making our way back. But for those 3 or 4 days, we're happy to lock ourselves in your company. And if you do need us longer, all I ask is that you allow us to make arrangements for them.
Oh, absolutely. Oh. And with that, we're going to call the session.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I'm so stressed.
We're gonna die.
We're already dead.
You guys did a great job, though.
You just got such cool new gloves, and I just got the recipe for perfect grease, and now he's just gonna kill us, Victoria. It's over.
Yeah, we've been thinking you've been a little easy with those magical items, Colton.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're gonna die. Your next character's not
that
gonna
one
loot
was
him off your
honestly
corpse.
just your rolls. You got it. And I'm like, I was gonna give you from one of 3 sections, and that was the least game breaking.
Yay.
That's a good one though.
Oh my god. I'm so scared.
I'm so stressed.
Do you still want to call it Molly's Hinge date?
I think it's good. I don't
Molly's
know.
Hinge date or the perfect grease.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you. Well, we'll figure out exactly where we're going to see you, but we will be back.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks for tolerating.